Hi, we're 21 Pilots.
And you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I'd like to welcome you to Interview with 21 Pilots. How you both doing?
Oh, we're good.
Doing great.
Yeah, we're good.
You're now here in Toronto. You have a line right down the street from Sound Academy. There's so many people stoked for the show tonight. So how are you enjoying your time in Toronto so far?
We just got here, but we've been here before to Toronto, and probably shortly after this, I think I'm going to go get some poutine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good choice when you're here.
I know, very Canadian. I just try and just dive in, you know.
And you were in Japan shortly before this. How was that experience? Because all the photographs I saw, the crowds were massive. How did that treat you?
It was awesome. We love Japan. Japan was actually one of the first countries that we played outside of the U.S. So we flew over there and kind of quickly fell in love with the culture there. And this last time we played with a band who have become friends of ours. We played with them called One OK Rock, and they're just like huge in Japan, but they're awesome. Tyler actually got sick over there, so that was like that kind of sucked.
I saw in your little tour diaries that happened.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was rough. It was just like some kind of throat infection or something. So we ended up, because we were just traveling around Southeast Asia for a little while, and had to actually cancel our first show that we've ever canceled, and that sucked.
Josh fell on his skateboard yesterday, and I got really nervous because, it's one thing for me to get sick and not be able to sing. It's another thing for my man here to get hurt. And so I was like, please don't skateboard anymore.
Be okay.
But he's gonna be rebellious and continue skateboarding, I'm sure. I just care about you.
I don't want people to know that I fall. I never fall. Okay.
Well, now,
Ever.
Now everybody.
Now everybody
that you
knows.
fall.
I did fall on my skateboard. It's okay.
Which trick were you trying to do? Was it at least something kind of impressive?
I was just doing a very easy, just a pop shove it.
Oh. Okay.
And I ended up just like the board kind of just like flipped in the air a little bit, and I landed like sideways and then fell and didn't look cool.
Well, that's the next topic, so we don't just keep talking about you.
Not looking cool.
Yeah. Something very cool is the fact that you played a ton of festivals over the summer. Mentioned you before the interview that we covered a lot of them. So for the festivals going on, you have some really kinetic energy. So how do you prep for that before hitting the stage? Because there's everything from climbing rafters to actually drum or like surfing your drum kit. So, yeah.
We do like an hour-long tickle fight before the show. And
exhausting.
Yeah. Well, it wears us out, but it also pumps us up. So like it's like we're tired, but we somehow have more energy, and it keeps our spirits high.
It's not just like physical tickle fighting. It's like it's verbal.
Emotional?
It's verbal. So like I'm also trying to tickle him, like get him to laugh, like with
What's a verbal
with
tickle
jokes and
fight
stuff.
look like?
I don't know. Just be like stuff like. Yo, just two boys. See, look, all you have to say is
It's
two boys.
working.
Yeah.
Two boys is the key word. If you say two boys, put that in front of anything, then Josh will get tickled verbally. So we verbally fight each other and tickle each other, and physically fight each other and tickle each other.
Yeah, and actually I think it gets harder and harder to do interviews because we've been like just like together for the past like 5 years. Like I'm never not around Tyler, so we have so many inside jokes now, and I'm starting to feel like the more and more like that we talk to people that are not. When I talk to people that aren't Tyler, then they probably just have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, with all the
No.
No?
Come on.
I think I have a decent understanding so far. We'll see how it rolls out. So with all the
Yeah.
madness that kind of goes on with your shows,
Sorry.
has anything ever kind of gone wrong? Any crazy moments you could share with our viewers?
No.
Nothing.
No, I don't think
I don't
there's ever
believe
been.
that.
I don't think there's ever. We've never messed up. There's never been a mistake. Nothing's ever gone wrong. Last night something went wrong. Yeah. See, I don't think. I think we could be doing this for 50 years and continue getting better technology and different things and getting better, and there's still going to be things that go wrong. Yeah, we had an issue last night, and we get off stage and we're like, well, what was that? Like, how did that happen? And a lot of times it's technology, and as we continue going and we figure out and learn things all the time, but there's then there's another problem, so there's always some kind of like issue, but that's part of being in a band, I think.
Yeah, I fall all the time, and I'm not even on a skateboard on stage.
Yeah.
It happens.
That will never stop.
It's hard to recover from falling on stage and look cool and do it and stuff, but yeah.
I do remember there's a time that he got, what was the time? And you jumped off of it. No, somebody jumped on stage and tried to stage dive and then ended up tackling him. And it was like right in the perfect like dark moment. And he fell, like they just tackled him into the
I
pit.
disappeared. Yeah, I remember from Josh's perspective, some guy came and took me out and he thought I was gone forever. But
I almost had to get up and reprimand the guy. I would never hurt anybody, but I would have to stand him up and
verbally tickle fight him probably.
Yeah. Except make him cry instead, verbally. I'm not abusive verbally either. Sorry.
A lot of things are verbal with you guys, from the tickle fights to the fighting off people jumping on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, something I want to bring up is you're touring, of course, in support of Blurryface, your latest record release. And I have a little quote here where it was pretty much about how Blurryface is a character you created and it helps you deal with your day-to-day insecurities. So since creating this character, do you feel that you're able to actually deal with those things a little easier?
I think so, personally. I think probably for both of us. I think since we started playing, at least the two of us, I know at least one thing that I can comment on is I know we both personally kind of deal with that sort of insecurity thing when it comes to a live, like going on stage and putting on a show. There's just two of us, and a lot of bands have 4 or 5 guys, probably on average, and I know that we've both kind of experienced this kind of feeling of being like a little bit exposed on stage when it's just two of us. And that's something we both deal with in separate ways. It's interesting too because I always think that it's really interesting how there's two of us on stage playing the same exact show, the same exact songs, but our thoughts throughout that show are just completely different. They're so different, but I think they both entail some of those insecurities and being kind of like exposed, and there's just two of us, and so that's always been kind of a thing mixed with other things. I mean, there's external battles to fight. A lot of times you want to present yourself in a kind of a cool way, or come across as cool, or win over a crowd. And then there's internal things that you have to battle too. And I think since really personifying those in such a way that there's kind of, this Blurryface is sort of a character, I think that really helps to kind of have kind of like that more of a like physical battle that it's more tangible and you can see it.
I was on your Twitter the other day, and something I came across that I loved was you posted this photograph of some new kicks that you have. Then all of a sudden, your Twitter feed got blasted by fans with shoes that they created that were 21 Pilot shoes. So were you surprised at all about how many people actually custom made their own shoes for your band?
I was surprised, and I wasn't surprised, because I honestly, like, every day we see so much cool art and people creating amazing things. I know a lot of bands probably say this about their fans. They say that they have the best fans. I think we do. It's like, and people giving us music that they're creating. And I was watching cover videos the other night, like people grabbing a ukulele and covering a song, or doing drum covers and stuff. And that stuff's so cool to see. And then a couple people showed me their shoes. They showed us when we met them a couple of the designs that they did on their shoes and stuff. And it's just, I'm blown away all the time by what people come up with.
Well, from the shoes to drawings, and you also mentioned covers, what do you say is one of your more memorable fan encounters? Because you play tons of shows. I know you stayed after a lot of them to meet fans. So what's one that you probably will never forget?
Can you think of one?
I mean, every night we love to meet our fans, so we stick around and meet with as many people as we can. And every night there's always, one or two people who sticks out, and you just kind of have a connection with them where you wish that you were able to talk to them longer and hear their story a little bit more. And it's crazy, Josh and I both feel that, at different times, Josh will connect with someone or I'll connect with someone, but then a lot of times it's both of us going, wow, that was a really cool story, or that person seemed very genuine. And so I wouldn't be able to just name one. Every night there's always one that sticks out. And just last night there was there was a boy that came up to us, and he says he's been following us for a while, and I don't know, there's just something about his spirit or something. He just kind of like, I wanted to talk to him longer, and that's kind of the sucky part of getting some traction and some success, is that we don't get to be as personal with our fans as we would like to be, honestly. So we try as hard as we can.
To wrap everything up, is there any messages that you'd like to leave with all the AMBY viewers who are going to be watching this? For all your fans who are going to be watching, what
Did
would
you
like
see
to
how
say to
like
them?
I feel like I looked right in the camera,
did.
like
It was
really
very
confidently,
deep.
but there was nothing happening. Like
I knew nothing was happening.
Yeah, no,
Yeah?
he knows. He knows
You know each
nothing's
other
happening.
so
Yeah.
well.
Well, we're glad.
Well, I think you should end it with, tell him what your grandpa always told you.
Oh yeah. Well, he would always say, "Don't send." Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah.
He would say, "Don't send a dog into space without wearing rubber boots."
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's probably the message that I would hate to see what happened if you did send one into space
would be tragic.
without putting rubber boots on the dog, not you. Doesn't matter what you wear.
I thought you were gonna move on to the next thing.
No, that's
After that,
it.
You're just like, I would hate to see.
No, I just started thinking about it a little more. It's kind of starting to click.
Yeah.
He would say that for years, and now it's just making sense. So anyway, but also we love you, Canada, and that's really it.
Awesome. Well, that wraps everything up. I should say thank you so much for your time today. We really,
Thank you.
really do
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
Thank you. And remember, everyone, you can visit us at amusicblogger.com for all exclusive interviews and features with your favorite bands. We'll see you next time.
See ya.